Hello, good morning everybody. We're Generation M. We're gonna talk about our recommendation for United Way Suncoast that we have been working this last semester and making research. Today presenting is myself, Mario, Edgar, Gregory, Faisal, and Ali. Talk about that introduction. United Way Suncoast have come to us to give them ideas to reach more for the millennial generation. We have come with our internal and external analysis, a SWOT analysis, to create our recommendation. Faisal will now talk about the SWOT analysis.
Threat and opportunity within the company and the industry. In the external analysis, we have discussed the opportunity and the threat, and then our internal analysis will discuss the strengths and weaknesses United Way Thinkers had within the company. For the strength, our team identified the strength as a positive characteristic and activity that provides success for the company. We identified the organizational reputation. The United Way Suncoast has started establishing its reputation since 1887, and they're known nationally. For the leadership, the broad members are considered one of the main reasons for the success of the United Way Suncoast. Its broad members have different background, demographic, and different organization. And this helped the organization to be more strategic in developing and implementing its program. For the company integrity, United Way Suncoast donate 83% of the money they're receiving directly to their program, and they're keeping 17% for their expenses. For the weaknesses, we identified the company's weaknesses as a characteristic or activity that either work or didn't work for the company, but they're keeping them advancing in their market. One of this strategic is top networking, and we have talked about it in the recommendation. Now, Ali, he's gonna finish the SWOT analysis.
Everyone, today I'm gonna talk opportunities. Our team identified opportunities as inherent factors that will allow a company to take advantage in the industry if they obtain them. We previously identified the opportunities in the industry, such as networking, industry growth, social forces, and technology forces. Most important factors that should work on the technology by being able to advance these opportunities will naturally reflect the rest of the opportunities. For the threats, the other non-profit organization can be considered. The threats, our team has identified threats as inherent factors in the industry that will harm the companies. Other non-profit organization competitors can take donors and volunteers from United Way Suncoast. For the economics factor, in Florida, almost 50% of the population are living below the poverty. Means that the availability of donors and volunteers to help the organization would be lesser in this state. Now I'm gonna pass it to Greg.
After going over the SWOT analysis, we came up with 3 recommendations. 2 of our recommendations are based off of mobile apps. We're going to have an existing app, and we're also going to suggest developing an app. And our final recommendation is going to be an event at local campuses. We decided to create 2 of our recommendations based on mobile apps because looking over the SWOT analysis, it clearly identifies social and technological forces, which directly goes to social media, and we really wanted to capture that opportunity. We decided to go with an app as well because there's millions of downloads. There's currently 1.9 million apps available between Google Play and the Apple Store, and there's already been 50 billion downloads to date. As well with the millions of downloads, it directly impacts the millennials ages 18 to 34, take up 75% of the daily app use. For an existing app, we decided to recommend GoFundMe.com. We decided because it's extremely easy to start. It's a free sign up, and all United Way Suncoast would do is need a bio, and they instantly out in the world for millions of people to view and donate to. They started in 2010, so they already have an existing recognition. There's over $1 billion a year donated, which is $4 million a day, and 600,000 views a day just from signing on the app. So the basic of the idea of the app of GoFundMe.com is United Way would put whichever program they would want to promote online, and millions of people can view it and donate instantly. We decided to go with implementing an existing application because it's cheap to maintain. United Way will not own it, and it's free to sign up. So if there's any maintenance costs going into it, GoFundMe would absorb those costs, not United Way Suncoast. The only disadvantages they have is that since it isn't owned by United Way Suncoast, it's not unique to them. All they can do is donate money versus having other type of functions and implications. And another disadvantage would be GoFundMe.com takes 5% of all the donations, which would cut into the integrity of the company. It's only like giving 83% and only taking 17, it will rise those percentages. Our second recommendation is for United Way Suncoast to develop their own app. We decided that it was a good idea because they can add desired functions and customization. They can add a function like GoFundMe.com to collect donations, but they could also have a function that shows all their events so people can look at what the programs they have available and actually be able to sign up and volunteer online as well. So the combination of those two. Also, we would like to have a function of bringing in all their social media to one app, so all the news and updates for the company can be easily accessible. Also, since United will own it, they can customize the color, the scheme, what it appeals to the person. So if they don't like the way that an app looks, they can change it instantly. The downside of it would be the cost to make. Since they're going to have to develop it, they're going to have to get an app developer, which we've researched and found that it averages $6,500 to $30,000 for an initial development. And then also they'd have to pay to make the app available because you want to go on the App Store and Google Play because they already have almost 2 million apps available, which if we wanted to sign up, it'd be $99 annually for Apple Pay and a $25 initial fee to get on Google Play, the Apple Store, sorry. Also, to keep updating their app once they have it developed, they would need to have licensing software, and that averages around $3,000. So if you want to change the color, you want to add a function, United Way Suncoast can easily access all their material. It would be about $3,000 for that licensing fee. And as well, for the cost to make is the cost to maintain that. So we would have someone from the social media department, whoever's in charge now, take an extra five hours a week just to add and update current events through the app. After researching other nonprofits who have implicated the app already, they've averaged around 5% from their net income. Since United Way Suncoast has $22.5 million in net income, we're estimating a $1.125 million increase just by implementing an app. And from now Edgar's going to talk about our event that we want to create.
Our third recommendation is to create an ongoing event competition in local college campus through the country. We strongly believe the charity event strategy will help to encourage millennials to become more engaged in United Way. First of all, millennials leadership. We found that millennials motivate others to donate money. For example, in Indiana University, they create a dancing marathon, and the students mobilize the community to raise $1.8 million. Second, the fun factor. We believe that charity events provide the most important benefit, that is have fun doing it. For example, college and high school students were dancing for hours, having fun across the state in Indiana, and raised millions of dollars for the children's hospitals. And third, but not less important, millennials like to be part of groups and compete each others. So basically, they need some personal reward mixed with emotional rewards. End of the orgs. Basically, using the University of Tampa, we found 200 organizations in that school. So the program will be couched by the United Way Suncoast. But remember, although coaching is very important for millennials in terms of support and guideline, they want to ownership for their own ideas. Additionally, fundraising gives opportunity to encourage millennials to be part of the United Way Suncoast in 3 criteria. Donating, because fundraising have an entry fee of $400 that can be donated for the organization. Volunteering, because each event have a task of the event, have a task for each member. And then working, because future professionals, we working with the college student and can be work in the future for the organization. When we're talking about numbers, we estimate that 10 organizations can be participate each year. Each one have to be, as revenue is for $5,000, that included 500 entry for 10 organizations. And then the expected expenses is 1,500, divided in 1,000 for the first place, 500 for the second place, and then 250 for operational costs. That gives us $3,500 for donate for the United States Way Suncoast. Okay, finally the conclusion. As a result of the SWOT analysis, with recommendation include an app that gives donors fast and easy way that support organization programs. Also, we strongly believe that the fundraising event competition is a good opportunity to increase the network and match perfectly with millennial generation characteristics. And finally, our goal as a team is to implement this program across the country. Thank you very much.